Hi, there is a new type of clipping, or new with an asterisk, that's going to see a fair amount of use in Twilight Princess speedruns coming soon. It was just discovered a few days ago, and I feel like I'm going to get a good number of questions about this during streams and attempts. So I thought I'd record a quick video. I haven't scripted this or anything, so sorry if I ramble. Just explaining it and showing kind of what it can do. So if Link runs into a wall, the wall doesn't let him in. That's kind of the point of a wall. You can see on my, like the value readouts that I have in the bottom right side of the screen, that my Z position is approaching -7736. And the way that walls work is they keep Link, or at least try to keep Link, 34 units away at a minimum. So the actual coordinates of this wall aren't -7736, but are actually -7770. And we can see that if I just manually change Link's position to like 7750, he immediately gets pushed back out to where he is now. But if I change his value to exactly the coordinates of the wall, he stays in there. That's pretty neat. So if he can move from outside the wall to the exact coordinates of the wall in one frame, then he can actually stay in the wall. And this by itself, it isn't that useful. Let me make a save state here. So if I just try to go through the wall at this point, I still can't. The wall is still there. I can't actually make it through. Though from here I can actually claw shot through the wall. And I'll show an example. You can see that it's not, the claw shot's not clanking right here. When I do that, it's going in the other room. And I'll show an example where that's actually useful by itself. But this can be used to great effect if used in conjunction with a rupee slide. Rupee slides are fairly well known for people interested in Twilight Princess speedruns as the thing where you wait for 9 hours to get through the Poe gate just by looking at a rupee. Well, the thing is, if I'm already in a wall like this, then all I need is the tiniest amount of extra displacement to actually make it through to the other side. So if I just spawn myself a heart piece, for instance, then suddenly that Z value you can see in the bottom right is over -7770, and I can just go all the way through. So that's pretty neat. And I'll show an example of where that's useful too in just a sec. The other use case for this is just going through things much more simply. It's still very precise, but if I do a certain setup, we'll just go ahead and do that. Is that right? Oops. Oh, I had the map closed. Okay, with that position set up, I should be the perfect distance from the door so that I can get on exactly the door's wall coordinates in one frame with over 35 units of displacement using a rollstab. Let me make a save state here. And normally, like if I just did this on a normal wall, or on most walls in the game, then Link would get inside the wall on that one frame, but then he would just pop back out again as the roll stab continues, because, like I showed before, if I just rolled while I was inside the wall, he popped back out. But this door, and quite a few other things in the game, have ceiling collision underneath them. And if there's ceiling collision underneath the wall when Link clips into it, then the ceiling collision pushes him down, and then he gets a jump from that, and then can pop back up on the other side where there's ground collision, and that looks like this. So with a roll stab from exactly the right position, I can just go under stuff, and that's pretty useful too. So let me just go through my save states now and show some examples. What have I got? Okay, this is the same room. Oh, here's a good one. So the entrance to Deku Toad. Normally what we do in speedruns here is set the boss flag so that we can just look up and start the fight here. But if you don't have the boss flag set, you're not supposed to be able to enter from this, this is the exit of the room. But I can do that clip. If this one I have to kind of line myself up, but oops, try that again. Because the center of the gate doesn't work. But oops. Otherwise, if I do that exact same setup and don't clank, I did clank. Sorry. This tech is not very old, so I'm not very well practiced at it just yet. One more try. No. Also, you'll see a lot of us turning Link around like this. That's to normalize his angle. All right, I think this will work. I might be too close to the center of the gate. Good video. Okay. Then I can just do the exact same thing that I did in Snow Peak a minute ago. And I'm down here. And from here, I can just start the fight normally by looking up. Very, very useful. That'll save, I think, 24 seconds in Hundo. Here, I'll come back to that one, actually. And that one, let's see where this is going. Oh, here's a cool one. For Aralphos, entering the Aralphos fight, you're supposed to put on the iron boots and claw shot this switch, and then you have to wait out this whole long fan cutscene, and then you can finally drop down afterwards. But, you can see where this is going. Instead, I can just do my little setup, and I'm down there. Now, I know it looked like I was about to land next to the double claw shots chest, but unfortunately the cutscene trigger, extends above that, and at least currently there's no known way to get to the double claw shot chest without activating the fight, except with a very, very long rupee slide. Or potentially it could be done with a rupee, but in a precise and faster way, but it wouldn't be useful for speedruns. For RTA speedruns anyway. But that's pretty neat. What else have I got? That's the same one. That's that. Oh, here's... I'm very excited about this one. This is exactly the same as Deku Toad's Gates. So in 100%, up till now... I keep getting D-padded. Up till now, the third ice puzzle skip here has been a pretty annoying part of runs, because the way we had to skip it was very precise, but yeah, now I can just go under it. Very, very useful. And fast. And then you can see here that this actually has 2 gates, so I'm going to have to use the old method to get through those, but that's not a big deal. What else have I got? That's the same one. Oh, technically, I mean, there are a lot of things in the game that you can technically do this with. The gate to King Bulblin 4 in Hyrule Castle is one of them. It's the exact same thing I've just shown. I'm not going to bother showing it again. This one isn't even fast for speedruns, unless you do it completely setup-less, which is kind of ridiculous. I won't show that one because I can't remember the setup. So, very useful being able to roll stab under things. Going back to the other 2 applications I showed, like the one where I spawned a heart piece, obviously I can't just spawn a heart piece while I'm doing a speedrun on, vanilla Twilight Princess, but what I can do is use rupee collection text for the same purpose. So if I, for example, in Arbiter's Grounds have this pot that has a blue rupee in it, and I stand in a very precise position, which we have a setup for, and then I drop the pot by pulling the boomerang just the right way, then Link can be clipped into the wall. Like I was showing before, let me make a save state here. I can't actually do anything without getting popped out of the wall again. But if I break the pot, get that... oh wait, I did that wrong, sorry. If I break the pot, I'm not very practiced at this one either. And then pick up the rupee. If I do it right, then I should be able to make it through. There we go. And I'm through. So that is a rupee slide, just like, the old 9.5 hour rupee slide to get through the gate. It's just that we're starting so close to the center of the wall collision that, all I need to do is wait for one tiny, the tiniest possible unit of distance. So I can just close the text right away. It doesn't take 9.5 hours anymore. So with the advent of Pogate Skip, the one with the bubbles and the Ending Blow Moon Boots out of bounds and stuff, like low percent, for instance, got 9.5 hours shorter. This is even faster and is also useful in low transforms because it doesn't involve transforming. This is a fair amount faster than that, and there's no RNG in it. It's very nice. And then finally, which save state was it? This one, yeah. An example, the thing I showed at the very beginning, where even if you don't make it all the way through the wall, you can still claw shot through it, is useful here. Let's see if I remember this setup. I was working on this yesterday. The Wii and HD versions actually have a way to skip through this room already with a different glitch. What was this setup? Oh yeah, that's it. But GameCube didn't, and I really wanted one, and now we have one. Do I remember? Is the big question. It was like this, and then that, and then this. Yeah, that's correct. Make a save state here. So if I now, well, make a save state here. If I now drop the pot, I get pushed into the wall. And if I do it just right, I can side hop over here so the pot won't push me back out. And from here, same thing, I'm not actually through the wall, but I can still claw shot through it and skip most of this room. Very cool. So those three things, the roll stab thing, the rupee, collection text thing, and the claw shot through walls thing are the three applications of this so far. It's possible we'll discover more, but we've been pretty well over it in the past few days. A lot of people have been investigating this. Yeah, excited to see this in speedruns. It should save, our current estimate is like 2.5-ish minutes in any percent, nearly 3 minutes in all dungeons. And it's a little, it's like a little under 2 minutes, I think, for 100%, but the ice cave puzzle thing is going to be really good for consistency. Shoutouts to Gymnast for discovering the underlying glitch, or kind of rediscovering it. Technically, the way that we did Door of Time skip for years, the way it was discovered in 2018 by Mr. Men, uses this exact same mechanic. We just didn't understand it until now. Yeah, Gymnast rediscovered this a few days ago, and then Trog and Maddie have been really helpful with their setup calculators that we've used to figure out all these very, very, very precise setups. And so many people have contributed to developing the setups and optimizing them and coming up with ideas for how to use it.